Many of you probably heard of this powerful Greek warrior known to defeat thousands by himself during the Trojan War. Now, as popular and as powerful as this soldier was, he had a weakness. This is Achilles' heel. And when someone figured it out, they shot an arrow right at that Achilles' heel and it knocked him down. He was done, finished. Now, I use this analogy similar to technology. Technology is often seen as this powerful, amazing thing that's going to solve all our problems, right? We have kids, low-performing kids. Let's give them technology. We have students with special needs. Give them technology. Low-performing in math. Let's throw them on this software. What we fail to realize time and time again is that technology, too, as powerful as it is and has significant impacts in student learning, it has an Achilles heel as well. My favorite example of this is with Project Red. Now, it's a project that happened several years ago. And take a look at this graph. This is now buried in the research findings. But this paints a picture of what I see time and time again with any research related to technology and education. Now you see here there's different variables that were addressed, that were looked at. There was disciplinary action, high-stakes test scores. They looked at dropout rate reduction. They also looked at graduation rates. Now, what do all these different things mean? Well, the gray column are all schools. Now, there's about 1,000 schools that would participate in this, just over 1,000 schools that participated in this. And what were they looking at? They're looking at the implementation of one-to-one, so using devices to help with these different instructional as well as behavioral needs. Now, as you can see, the blue and the red represent the people who actually, the schools and the classrooms that had the technology. And there's significant gains in all those different categories. But there's something else interesting that they studied, which was how well those schools implemented that approach. So they had a desired effect, a desired outcome. And what they actually measured is how close the schools get to that desired outcome. That was implementation. So take a look at what the blue represents. The blue represents all the one-to-one schools. And the red, well, those are all the ones that actually implemented it to a certain degree of effectiveness. And what this tells us is that, yes, there are gains seen with the one-to-one, but there's significantly more gains amongst those that actually implemented it with high degree of success. And we can see that in the big gaps. What's more interesting, and the reason why I bring this up, is the number, how frequently that high quality implementation happens. It doesn't happen frequently alone. And that is what I consider to be technology's Achilles heel. Now, this isn't new, and this comes up time and time again. And in fact, the latest, largest study on technology's impact on student learning comes from OECD. They published it right around this time last year, in 2015. And in it, what they found, because they compared literacy and numeracy scores of students across the globe and correlated that to the frequency of technology use inside of classrooms. And what did they find? Well, they found some of the countries with the highest usage of technology, countries like Australia, where kids have the highest ratios of students to devices and use technology most frequently in classrooms. They weren't ranked as high in the literacy and numeracy competency as some other students in other countries, some other Asian countries that are ranked high in terms of academic achievement, but don't have the same amount of frequency of use of technology in the classroom. And what this tells us, or repaints a picture for us, is that although technology can have impact on student achievement, it is not widespread. It is not distributed to the masses. And this concept isn't new. I mean, there was a fantastic paper written by Gene Hall several years ago on what he calls technology's Achilles heel, which is achieving high quality implementation. It's a great read. Check out the link. And this is why I think we need to pay special attention to technology. As powerful as it can be an Achilles heel if we don't pay attention to it.